Welcome to the Aces ROG Dreamleague live from the Monster Energy DreamHack Studios. We're here with 2 weeks of amazing Dota, and we're going to have a hell of a time. Welcome.
The sprites are keeping him alive, and they keep going in deeper. They come in and now lose the beam stuns. They're going in deeper alliance. All the heroes have moved to Cloud9 after a second failed buyback attempt to hold the Roshan. Lose the game to Alliance.
Welcome to the Aces ROG Dreamleague, sponsored by Aces and NVIDIA. I'm Shiva. I have the pleasure of hosting this event for you, but you know, I'm not alone here on the desk. So, of course, with me, we have Luminous on the far end. How are you doing, Lumi?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm actually kind of nervous. Yeah.
Don't be.
No, I'm trying not to be, but some of this desk is like, I don't know, brings back nerves. Waga, how are you doing?
I'm just here. It's fine. It's nice. Gonna have some fun, I think.
I think so too. I think the teams are definitely going to be able to make it interesting for us. But of course, also a person that will make it interesting for us.
Interesting. Well, I'll try my best.
No pressure.
I'm here to provide moral support, Shiva.
Thank you.
Expert and top-level analysis, as ever.
An edge of confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're having 8 teams here on LAN this week, and it's actually a full week. So next week, Monday, is our last day. But of course, we're not the only faces that you're going to see. I mean, you're seeing the teams, but also we have got ourselves a couch for you, where people will be sitting. And, well, you know, I say sitting, but they're not actually sitting. Hi, Bruno.
Hi, Shiver. Nice job with the presentation.
Thanks.
Really enjoyed it. I mean, you can see how clearly, like, not good studio people, good studio people.
Bruno and I just look at each other, and you guys are like super serious introductions and stuff like that. And we're just like, it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, what's wrong with your hand, Andy?
Some trouble happened.
Yeah.
Gaming's not as safe as I thought it was.
Who is to blame?
Well, actually, it was my fault, to be honest.
Fair enough.
But
yeah, car doors, they really hurt. Anyways, we'll be around here, and we'll be mostly... we'll be just like hanging out after the games, just talking with some of the players that are not playing right now, and just between some of us, we'll rotate people around. We'll take questions from Twitters, and just like this will be the chill corner of the cast. But for now, more Dota action. Back to Shiver.
Thank you, Bruno. Super official. We also are going to have interviews in between games. Those are done like if actually someone won, which is not yet now, so no interviews for now. But we are going to see what we are having in store this week. So we have 8 teams here. Let's take a look at the standings without any games played. It's super exciting.
Close.
Yes.
Thrilling stuff. I love looking at standings before any games have been played. Anything could happen at this point. Would you guys care to speculate?
Well, Vert in here, right?
Yeah.
So they're looking good.
Yeah.
I mean, Alex Garfield has like
Yeah, he has a lot of teams.
7 teams here, I guess. So, I mean, they're looking pretty good too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we see one gigantic, well, it's not gigantic, but red line between 6th and 7th. It means that the bottom 2 teams that are not winning enough games, basically, are not going to be making it to DreamHack.
No,
So
this is very important. Like,
Yeah.
if they don't play well here, they're not even playing at the event at all.
yeah,
So it's really important to do well.
Yep.
I think so too. And we have, of course, got quite a few games today, 4 2-game series actually, because that's what we're going to have. It is basically a round robin with every team facing each other twice. So best of 2 series or 2-game series, if you want to call them. And we have 4 of those today. So this is basically our schedule today, starting off with virtus.pro versus MVP. And I know it's like there are several virtus.pro teams on there, but the bottom one is VP Polar. The top 2 are the normal virtus.pro. I
Okay.
think it's actually under there too, but I can't really
They
read
have
it
the
from
exact
here.
same logo for both teams?
Yes.
It's confusing. It's confusing for me.
Yeah, I
I saw on
did
Reddit
say
that somebody suggested for the VP Polar, there's like a polar bear, so it's like a blue,
Oh, I love that. I saw
like
that.
a blue tiger,
Yeah.
You know polar bears aren't blue. They're white. Like,
whitish blue.
Okay.
They got a blue hue with the ice on the background.
Yeah.
You know, water
I
is
approve
not
it.
necessarily blue, but still,
it's
like
clear,
if you're in
right?
the
It's like,
pool.
Ted,
Yeah.
why is the sky blue? It's like a sun to dad
sunlight is
question.
refracted as it comes through the atmosphere.
Right,
And
so,
the blue wavelength is the one that your eye sees the most in that refracted
and
light.
that's why polar bears are also blue.
No, they're white.
They reflect sunlight
They
with
do not.
blue
If they
wavelengths.
reflect white, so they reflect all the colors.
So
equally.
Lumi trying to
I
sell
think that's how
bullshit
it
to
works.
Pyrian, not working.
I'm secretly a physicist.
Yeah.
No, not really. I'm sure that was an entirely wrong description of why the sky is blue, but someone will back me up on Twitch or something.
Well, for now, we don't need to worry about blue because we're going to have ourselves the first game, or at least the first 2 teams. We've got ourselves MVP Phoenix as well as virtus.pro, the normal virtus.pro, sitting actually like right in front of us, so they're ready to play. And then we're going to just take a quick look at the teams. But first off, MVP Phoenix, we have Forev sitting basically on the far left side for us. And he is going to be, well, he looks nervous, doesn't he?
Nah.
Do they look nervous?
Nah.
Look confident, I would say. Very.
Would you say?
They're just focused.
Yeah. Of course, the teams had quite a bit of time to get used to these computers now as well, sit here
Yeah.
and get used, which is very nice. Because some events, if it's not
Yeah.
properly done, I mean, it's very stressful for a player to get on a PC and immediately be ready.
Yeah.
So it's good to see that they had some time.
Well, talking about having time, and that's of course March there in the middle, but it's MVP Phoenix. They just come from Azerbaijan, if I pronounce that properly.
Really?
Yes, because they played in the IESF,
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's
and they flew in yesterday evening, and they're here today. So they have like a super busy schedule. I don't
Yeah.
think they had a stop at home. Like they came directly from Azerbaijan
Yeah.
to
I
Stockholm.
don't think you'd want to go from Azerbaijan back and then come back out again.
No,
I don't know
like,
what the
that would
time
be
difference
bad.
from Azerbaijan to Sweden is. It must be like 2 hours at the most, I reckon.
And they probably brought all their
I think
gaming
it's like
stuff
3
already,
or
right?
4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
3 or 4 hours.
3 or 4.
I guess it is pretty far east.
Yeah, but the jet lag, I guess, is not that
Yeah.
that large.
These
of a-
guys are used to it.
Yeah, virtus.pro is on the other side. Now, they didn't have anything prior to this, and they knew well in advance that they were coming, unlike MVP Phoenix, of course. So perhaps had some more time to prepare, perhaps are a bit more comfortable.
Maybe,
Level
yeah.
card?
This Sidoi, God
Yep,
himself.
God himself.
Impressive stuff.
God killed
We
them
could
all.
get him. It's a good get.
I always thought it was God killed them all.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it
too.
is, isn't
He
it?
used that for a while, but, I mean, it was just God from the beginning.
I see.
Yeah,
Jot him.
like, but instead of God kill them all.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
God
Killed
killed
them
them
all.
Killed them
all.
all. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe he lost a girlfriend to shopping spree or
God
something.
killed them all. I
He was
see.
really bored of shopping.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Never know.
We were in a mall this morning, and I didn't think, God, someone kill this mall. It was okay. It had some shops. It
Yeah,
was good enough.
BZZ carry
BZZ.
player sitting on the far end, the right side of us.
It almost has the same name as my family's dog. BZZ, Biz. It's the same.
Is that, how do you spell that in?
Huh? Just add an I between the Z's.
Did you name
It's
your
the same.
dog after a
Yeah,
Dota
after him.
player?
Yeah,
Ah,
after him.
Nice.
Actually, my
I
mom
do it.
did it, you know. She named
Big Dota fan.
Yeah.
yeah.
Amazing Dota.
Well, for this game, what are your expectations, Pyrian?
I have no idea. I haven't seen VP Polar play,
Okay.
so
Well,
yeah.
Maybe Lumia has a bit of a more clear thought on the game.
Okay, so I feel bad
Okay.
Tell me why.
because let me educate y'all.
Feel
y'all.
better
Is
soon.
this
You
because
guys-
of Hearthstone that you feel bad, or you?
Yeah, that too. But
Yeah,
you know,
that's
let's
probably
mask
why.
it. Okay, so normally when I cast, I keep it to the real talk, the trash talk. You know?
Yeah.
Right. But they're kind of in front of me.
Yeah.
And
But
later
they have
when
the
we...
headsets on. They can't hear you.
Yeah, they
no,
can't
they're
hear
not
you.
wearing
but
them
like
yet.
in backstage, I might feel threatened, you know?
Yeah.
Do you want me to say right now that I've got your back if it goes down?
Okay, so since you got my back, right?
He's already the one. I mean, this wasn't really on air, but you're the one who killed Rascal.
I did kill Andy's hand.
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay, so
He just wouldn't shut up. I mean,
So you
I had to
put him
take
in the
some- I had
corridor
to
and
take
just
some-
slammed it.
Yeah, knuckle panini.
VP are really
cool.
good at getting ahead. Like they win their lane, and that really comes through from G. He's one of the most lane dominating player. But what VP really have trouble is like their early game advantage. They kind of have one bad team fight, and they kind of throw away.
But
And-
MVP are strong in that. Like they normally go for the early team fights. Like
And
they're
they
trying to be
win
strong.
those
Yeah,
team fights. So
exactly.
I could see these games having VP winning the lanes, getting a big goal lead, and then kind of throwing it all away because of the team fight and the comeback mechanic.
Could be, but then again, MVP also have some quirky drafts sometimes where they aim to win their lanes with unorthodox hero combinations. So it really comes down to the draft a lot, I think. And after seeing the draft, I would feel more confident saying who I think is going to win. But straight off, it's pretty hard. I mean, I haven't seen these two teams play against each other.
I'm still going to pressure you. Prediction.
I would say MVP.
Okay, 2-0.
Yeah.
I mean, in this case, you could like
MVP
be on the
1-1.
fence,
You
right?
could just say 1-1. But that's
You can be on fences, it's
that's the
fine.
cop out after saying like I don't know who's gonna win, and then you say 1-1. I'm gonna say MVP. I think they have a slight edge, but it really comes down to a draft. So
Lumi, you agree?
I'm going to say MVP 1-1. And the reason I say MVP 1-1 is that
you cheat.
I feel that they are the better team, but it's not that much better, so it should
The
be
real
1-1.
talk once again.
Okay.
So if it was a best of 3, you'd be
MVP.
for MVP.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Pyrian,
I think 2-0 MVP personally.
it's also
Because I'm just
very
going to copy what he
anti-Virtus
says.
Pro.
but yeah. No, it's not anti anything. We had to pick a winner, and I just think I've seen them play a few times.
I'm going to go for like Virtus Pro because otherwise we're like very
Okay. you go for
biased.
Virtus Pro. There you
But
go.
The couch says VP. Thank you, Bruno.
BP 2-0.
VP
Both
2-0,
of you?
there go.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got ourselves a battle. It's
You're about to get wrecked.
it's 3 versus 3 here. It's 50-50.
Couches, you guys lost.
Yeah. So we're actually waiting on the draft. So before that, we have got any other things like for MVP Phoenix? They are actually known for like if things go
Let me
south.
stand here so you don't see my
Oh,
land. There you go.
Thank you. If they lose the first game, they normally have a tendency of going back to something that they're more like
Steady sort of go-to.
yeah. So go to strat. Like for example, what we have seen them do is go for the Warlock,
Okay.
and that hasn't really worked out all too well. So I'm kind of curious to see if we're going to see any
So
kind
when
of
they pick
typical.
Warlock, where do they run him?
They run him actually solo mid.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that when me and Shane play and he plays Warlock, he insists that you've got to go because it is
Yeah.
almost a guaranteed like team fight win early on when you get that 6.
But in the current meta, what I heard yesterday, so I'm just copying what other people say because that's smart. But in the current meta,
Yeah.
the way that people say that, fighting around a almost 2-minute ultimate, not ideal. Would you agree with that, Waga?
Well, to an extent, it's hard, but then again, those 2-minute cooldown ultimates are also really strong, and sometimes even longer cooldowns, like Warlock, that you might see. I wouldn't say it's that big of a weakness because some of them are still really strong. Like Death Prophet is still very useful despite having a very long cooldown. We've seen it, get increased patch after patch, and it's still being used by pro players to great success.
I want to add like an asterisk to that.
Yeah.
I think long team fight ultimates are good if you could take some objective afterwards.
Yeah.
And the reason that Death Prophet is so good is that when you pop that ultimate,
Yeah.
they can't really fight you. And if they don't fight you, you take a tower.
Yeah.
Whereas Warlock ultimate, sure, there's some tower damage, but it's not nearly as dangerous. And also, if you want to look at Enigma as a hero, right? Like if you black hole, and if you don't win a team fight, the hero innately could push with Eidolons.
Yeah.
So I feel that Warlock is dangerous for the team that's running it because it's fairly execution heavy. You have to win the fight with the Warlock ultimate, and you ideally want to push some towers. And
Yeah.
if you can't, then you're kind of working with a really long cooldown.
Yeah. Then again, MVP have played tons of Warlock in the past as well, so
And
they
they've
know,
lost ton with it.
Yeah, but they've also had success with it
Okay.
as well. So I think they know very well the limits of the hero, and think it's more about the draft as a whole than just how that single hero works.
You think he lacks utility around other than that big fight? Like if it's not about that fight and they win that fight, he's kind of like just standing around.
I think he's amazing though. Like the
Upheaval
way,
is seriously
Upheaval
underrated,
is really
I think.
good. Yeah.
I have to point out, he doesn't, like, March plays the Warlock, he doesn't really go for upheaval.
Yeah,
Okay.
he likes Fatal Bonds, but
Yeah.
he goes for it very late, which I don't really approve of because Upheaval is so strong. Like, even channeling it for 2 seconds, people are already slowed down by more than like...
I think that's the first spell you should max.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
I agree, actually. But they like to use the heal, and they also like to use the Fatal Bonds early on.
So
And
you would
skilling
want to
stats
draft
as well.
around that upheaval if he's going to be your mid. So what else would you pick the benefits
They
from
don't
upheaval?
always run it mid, though. They like to farm it on tri-lanes as well, and just farming it in general. But yeah, I would say that Upheaval is useful because you can cast it so long range, and it's massive.
It is
so if you
huge.
can just have a hero that can secure a team fight, which Warlock can already do partly by himself, then you can really go in and just say, hey, we're going to take this fight, and then we push. So a hero like Puck along with Warlock is amazing.
Yeah, but Puck
Really comes
also
down to
is...
how you play.
Puck is also one of the heroes that virtus.pro plays actually a lot of.
Yeah.
And talking about which heroes are going to be picked, I believe we're in the draft.
Nice segue.
Wait.
Yes.
Before that.
Okay.
Oh,
Since we are kind of
Ruining
like in
the
this
segue.
LAN-ish environment,
Yeah.
how many games will we take until we have teams shouting at each other?
that's going to be weird
They-
because
they-
Yeah, that's a storyline for me.
They can't hear each other.
But that's
They
not-
have,
If you
like,
shout loud enough, they can.
You can tell when, people are, like, gesturing as well. Like,
Yeah.
you can see it in the corner of their eyes because they're sitting really close to each other.
Yeah.
But Dota
I'm so
doesn't
sad
really...
that IG's not here because
Yeah.
Twan would be the flagship of that.
Apart from like Sean and like
Big Daddy loves to shout it out.
some
Big Dad.
players,
Yeah.
like it's not that big in Dota though to shout at each other. Not as much as in like CS.
Yeah, there's
for
not the
example.
sort of, in CS and other games, you see people really jabbing fingers
Yeah.
and screaming, whereas
Like,
here
it's
it's
this
more
big
like, come on, sort of
Yeah.
shouting with the team, I think. It's more of a
Okay.
celebratory yawp
Yeah.
than a sort of in your face.
I still wish to see like which team is going to be the loudest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would good to see.
Well, I hope we're going to see some of that because
do a
that would be
sweepstake.
fun. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like an extra bonus added to a LAN
It's going
event.
to be a little uncomfortable because there's no crowd noise. It's just us
It's
and
just
them screaming.
Yeah.
I'll be the
That's
clapping.
perfectly fine. Yeah. Your clapping sucks, man.
Okay.
It's really weak.
Well, I don't want to get too much in the mic, rip.
He doesn't want to hurt his
Earphones.
hand.
Hurt his fingers, maybe.
If someone has a you don't have a car door here, what are you going to use?
I use somebody else's card or to sabotage Andy's
Like
hand.
but I mean like
He's very
in the
handy. He's
studio.
very crafty. He
Yeah,
could hurt
yeah.
you in many
You
ways.
can use the iPad, just
Smash someone's
Basically,
hand.
so-
That's a
like
good,
that?
solid corner there for smashing. Yeah. Let's not talk about it. I'm still a little
All right.
sad.
Yeah, I can
And he's
imagine.
fine. He doesn't give a damn.
Yeah,
So game.
It's actually not there yet.
Oh, it's not there yet.
So
No.
your segue was
That was
I
segue
want
was
Dota.
failure.
well, no, my segue was amazing, and then there was a remake.
And then I ruined it. I'm
no,
sorry to
but
ruin
it's
it.
good that you ruined it because it was a remake.
Oh, really? Are
Yeah.
we remaking?
So if you're not in there yet, you probably have to. You
Okay.
know what I'm curious about? Because you just mentioned having ultimates that you can take towers off, or having fight that you can take a tower off. That's one of the things that Virtus.pro maybe do a bit less than other teams. Like the heroes that they go for are the fighting heroes.
I like
Mirana,
fighting heroes.
Puck, amazing. But pushing power is kind of lackluster in that one. So I'm really curious to see if they're actually going to be trying to grab a hero that can actually fulfill that role of a pusher, because they haven't really done as much in the past, or at least not put a lot of emphasis on it.
All
Would
right.
you agree? Or not?
We were kind of focused on getting into remake
Okay.
there, so I
We
kinda
had
missed-
to
Yeah.
Okay.
click join,
Yeah,
so
we
very
were
focused.
first into the remake. Just want to point out,
Yeah.
so we were faster than the players.
I believe you guys
Wow.
are talking about fighting heroes, and
Yeah.
another fighting hero that they really like to run is Bristleback. He's
Yeah.
a really powerful laner, and that should be good against VP.
But
more
it doesn't.
importantly-
Again, I mean, it's not good for push, though,
It's
is
not
it?
good
No,
for
they're
push.
not.
So
Yeah.
you were saying that you would like to get a fight and then an objective.
Yes.
So that's why certain heroes, like Enigma, like you said, Eidolons and all the rest of it. And
Although Bristleback is actually okay for taking Roche because of Nasogu.
right.
You could take down the armor quite rapidly.
He's
but
also a decent pushing carry, to be honest, or carry or tanky hero in general, because the way he can run up and punch a
run
tower.
past the tower and be
No,
like, yo.
no, like he can just walk up and hit the tower, and he's the only one in range to initiate on, and no one really wants to go on Bristleback that
Yeah.
badly.
Point, yeah.
So he is a fairly decent hero, even in terms of just claiming objectives, but it really comes down to like the entirety, like single heroes and how they do. It's very hard to make a solid point about it. So I would like to see like how they want to structure their entire lineup, because that's the important thing.
So one of the heroes that then comes to mind that we have seen a lot of, but not by these two teams, Jakiro.
Yeah, I mean, he's a top tier hero now by no doubt. He's so strong.
He is
But it's
awesome.
also for these two teams, they haven't played him that much. They have maybe not that much experience with
I
it.
don't think it matters on a hero like that. If
It's
you're
really
if you're
easy.
on competitive
You could
level,
fire everything.
you should be able to play every hero fairly well on your position. If you're an offlane, you should know how to play Void or Jakiro fairly well by now. It doesn't matter if you were used to them or not before. And he is extremely useful. All you need to do really is like rush. If you rush a Yule Scepter, for example,
Yep.
he's not hard to play. He just has a massive impact.
Okay,
He's
so
sometimes difficult to play. I want to take myself
No,
into
he is not.
Okay, I have seen some macro pyre Shiver, but I was not gonna mention that.
Don't worry, I mentioned it for you.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
sometimes a very difficult hero to play.
okay, so Waga,
We
like,
understand.
asking you as a competitive player or ex-competitive player,
X-Pro, please.
and then now Pubstar.
Yeah,
Um,
X-Pops.
How does comfort level affect your draft? Like, let's say Jakiro is the powerful hero,
In
but
terms of heroes you haven't practiced.
right,
and
but
stuff
then
like
you're
that.
more comfortable with Centaur. You know, like how do you draft?
I mean, it
that
affects
sense?
to an extent, of course, but I really think, and from a drafter's perspective, you really don't want your team to be like, nah, I'm not comfortable with something that's so important in the current meta, like Jakiro
Okay.
or any of these high cores, because you really should know how to play them. There's no actual excuse. Of course, if you have a hero that you are amazing with, like an unorthodox hero, then use that. That's a weapon for the drafter, right? But I wouldn't say that you should make your drafter uncomfortable by not being skilled enough to play them to a basic level.
Okay.
Because it's important for a draft that you can actually use these heroes.
So suck it up and play it.
Suck it up and play it. Like, don't be a little bitch. That's
You're like dancing around the bush and like.
Dancing
that-
around the bush.
that's
Is
pretty
that
much
even a
no.
phrase?
No, that's not a saying.
Oh, really? Because it
Beat it around the
It
bush.
could
looked
be
like a
beating
saying
around the
to
bush.
me.
Yeah.
Around the bush.
Yeah.
So picky. He was close enough. Come on. Learning English.
If you
with
think
Louis.
dancing and beating
You're-
are the same thing, I mean, don't go to a disco.
All right.
Well, enough about that. We have ourselves the draft, so we're actually going to go into the game. It is game 1 of the Aces RG Dream League Phase 2, and we start off with virtus.pro versus MVP Phoenix.
And this is a virtus.pro Classic, to not confuse others, with virtus.pro Polar, who is going to be playing the last best of 2 today. We have some very exciting match, and I think, Waga, you're saying it was a 2-0 MVP Phoenix?
Yeah, that's, you know, if I had to make a prediction, but I'm completely ready actually to just go, oh shit, when I see the draft finish. I'm not gonna change my mind, obviously, but
Are we allowed to swear? Is that okay?
it's not okay
You
for
just
you.
said shit, Waga. so-
No, that's not really a curse. That's a thing.
Okay, okay.
I think like we're PG-13 where you get 1 F-bomb,
Oh,
and that's
really?
it.
Okay,
So
all right, I'll keep
spend
it real.
it like-
I'll save it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used mine now, but we have 2 more for team fights, so you guys can use those.
Hunter.
So, yeah, as I was saying, I'm ready to just see this draft finish up and be a little bit regretful about what Phoenix did. But in the end, they have good chances, I think, to take this against virtus.pro.
So you were saying that Jakiro is one of the like most powerful offlane heroes.
Yes.
And I think the team that has the best successes with that is EG.
Yeah,
But-
I don't think there's any doubt that Universe is the one who has made the most happen with it.
But I think Tidehunter is actually at least the most popular offlane as of late, especially
Yeah.
during Starladder.
Ever since it's changed, really, ever since the change to Anchor Smash, reducing so much damage.
It was
mean,
crazy.
Yeah, it was a big change that suddenly allowed you to do Ancients really easily, and it was just much harder to kill him now. So it is a very popular offlaner, and he's simple to use, I'm gonna say, now that Shiver is gone.
The thing about Tidehunter is, don't you think that he's got like his teamfight impact is huge. Like Ravage is enormous, but Jakiro over the course of the game, I think, has more utility because a really good Ice Path, a really good Macro Pyre, and also just Liquid Fire, I think
think
are so good.
It's the straight up Jakiro functions though, because if you get the Yule Scepter and you have Tranquils, for example,
Yeah.
you're over 400 movement speed, and you can just rush in, Yule's 1, target him down, and you don't have to commit anything that's long cooldown. We talked about this earlier. I mean, obviously you can use Macro Pyre, but it's like, what, a minute cooldown?
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
short. It's
I've
So-
seen more macro pyres used to clean up creep waves than actually in team
yeah,
fights.
people,
I do
that's
that.
because it's so low cooldown. You
Well,
can
you just
actually
stack jungle camps and
quickly
farm them,
kill
yeah.
jungle or creep camps and just rush on. So I think the power of Jakiro is his well-roundedness and then excelling so much at the team fight as well.
Yeah.
Many heroes are like, if they're really good at something, they have other weaknesses, right? Like Brewmaster, for example. He has extremely good team fight. His pushing is meh. His carry is
his damage falls off too.
Yeah, his damage falls off, and if the enemy gets enough right click later on, they can deal
He
with
has
him
mana
easily.
problems as well.
Yeah, he has slight mana problems. Not that massive though, but that's often because you do go for mana boots to compensate. But you know, what I'm saying is that most heroes are either really good at something and kind of bad at the rest, or just good all round. Whereas
Disrupt is pretty dang good.
Yeah.
I mean, I think his ult can win a team fight super easy.
Yeah.
I've played a ton of times against Disruptors where one good
Tide.
ult is like, okay, great, we lost the fight.
He's very good against Tidehunter as well. One of the few heroes that can allow you to focus down a Tide is Disruptor.
Yeah.
Because you can just glimpse him back, if you know where he has been, glimpse him back, drop your ulti and the circle, and then he cannot leave.
Yeah.
And since he's silenced permanently there, he cannot proc his Kraken Shell. So there are some heroes that can allow you to do this. There's the Void, Doom, there's Disruptor, stuff that allows you to kill the Tide before he ravages.
Yeah.
And that's very nice to have, a little weapon there.
I think Witch Doctor is probably my favorite support at the moment. I think he's just fantastic. He's got, I mean, a really good Witch Doctor ult can win a team fight on its own. He's just so good.
Did you get to play some Witch Doctor during the Double Trouble?
I did.
How did that go?
We won that round.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
You were paired up with Notel, right?
Yeah.
I think that was the most entertaining pairing.
Thank you. It was good. It was very frustrating for people. Notel didn't show any frustration at all if he was frustrated. He was just so enthusiastic. He was like, get this last hit. Nice!
When,
like that.
when you got last hit, he clapped. I was like,
it
dang,
was so good.
What a coach.
I mean, it was really, really good. And it was so much fun. But the Witch Doctor, like, he's one of the heroes I play the most. And he's one of my best heroes, which isn't saying much. But he's easy to play, really.
A lot of players prefer Voodoo as like a defensive heal.
Yeah.
Where are you on the Voodoo versus Maledict?
It depends how the lane is going and how I'm playing him. But, I mean, I think that if we're being aggressive in the lane, then I'll get Maledict and just try and max
Go
that.
ham.
But I tend to go with a Witch Doctor. I'll play Axe, and I'll get someone to play Witch Doctor, and we will win our lane 9 times out of 10. Because he will take bongos, and then he'll take Voodoo Restoration and just heal me up. And I will
just go
we
ham.
will get a tower in 2.5, 3 minutes, get their top tower, deny them all that farm, and then we'll just run around the map going ham on people. I mean, he's an amazing support.
He is really good. And as you say, I mean, if he ever finishes up the Aghanims, you have to look out for a Witch Doctor, which can be troublesome because you already have the Tidehunter ulti to worry about. Witch Doctor in his positioning if he gets an Aghanims ever in this game, which he usually does. And then you have, of course, the carries and the mid laner are normally the heroes that you have to focus the most on.
Yeah.
So it's the danger where every single hero on a team can be devastating if left unattended, right?
And the thing is, if you think about some supports, they cast their spells and then they're basically just standing there in the fight, and maybe they'll cast them again. But like you said, with Witch Doctor, you actually have to go out of your way to get him, because as long as his ult is up, you suddenly have to deal with that. It's not like, well, all right, we've, like Ravage is gone, we don't need to focus Tide anymore, we can do something else.
Yeah.
I think this game they have the weapons to do so, though, because Disruptor has two really good ways to deal with that. Glimpse, you could even just target it at him, 1600 range, and now cancel the ultimate.
Yeah.
Brewmaster, Cyclone, and now Centaur, you could kind of gap close.
Yeah.
But we're looking more and more like an MVP draft that could win these fights, but then you're left with Brewmaster and Centaur trying to push down towers.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think if VP picks up a Treant Protector, not exactly a current meta favorite hero, but he really, first of all, stops your initiation with Overgrowth. Like Centaur's speed does not matter. Second of all, if they don't really knock down those towers and MVP is not equipped to do so with the current heroes, you just heal the towers back up.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
Tree would work really well with Witch Doctor.
VP?
I think VP taking Tree could be really nice.
The only thing I would ask you there, Wagger, is where is their damage going to come from if they've got Tide, Witch Doctor, and Tree? Like they're relying very strongly on. I mean, Necro. Okay, so
they deal a fair amount of damage with the Witch Doctor ulti and Razor just walking in. If you can Tree and armor him and then hold him in place with Roof after dropping a Ravage on them, you can get a fair amount of damage. The trouble is that MVP Phoenix have a very ultimate-based
here's another
lineup.
way to cancel his ult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And looking over to MVP Phoenix, all these ultis, the Brewmaster Split, Disruptor, Centaur, they're really aiming to win the team fights, as you said, against a lineup that first picked Tide. So they really want to show that they are the strongest in team fights. But the problem is, as you said, Lumi, how they're gonna push. Vengeful Aura
Venge is not bad, actually.
Well, it's gonna happen later, though.
Yeah.
Venge Aura, I mean, most teams will skip Aura for a while. Like, they will max out Howl in most cases. Some teams do
I think this
prefer
might
to
be the
get
game
Aura.
to actually take up Aura a little bit more.
So do you think this is like a carry necro, or do you think this is a support necro, or
It got to be a carry. I haven't seen a support necro.
It has
Have
to
you?
be carry. I mean, either he would be run carry or mid in most cases, but in this case you have Razor to stand mid. But to be fair, Necrophos does decent against Brewmaster just because of the Heartstopper being pretty strong on level 1, and it's like the Brewmaster slowly, passively losing a little bit of HP even with his passive HP regen. So you have to tango non-stop against it. But this should just be a carry Necro, no doubt about it.
How do you feel about Necro against a team that just jumps on you? Because I feel like that's not really where he's really good at.
It's scary because there's so much control, right?
Ooh, sniper.
Well, that's the tower damage right there, at least. Some good right clicks from long range, and even having a shrapnel as well.
Yeah.
And this could be nice because shrapnel can even be used to stop blink daggers from Tidehunter, for example.
Yeah.
And when you're pushing, you really want to know where Tide is, so you can also use the shrapnel just to find him. But this adds up nice damage. But I'm not sure about VP's draft. I think MVP are in a good spot, to be honest.
I think this is also clever because if Disruptor gets someone in the circle of fun, Sniper's going to go to town on them. That's kind of it's a nice for them. You've got like lots of ways to hold people in place and stun them while Sniper just stands at the back. That's the thing. That's a lot of damage. I mean, VP's damage is going to rely on Razor chasing down the Sniper.
It is really. But the thing about running a Sniper lineup against VP and what they have, because of Necrophos, right? When you're putting all your cards into one guy carrying, in this case, Sniper, because he's really going to be the damage carry in MVP Phoenix. Like, there's no actual damage later on from a Brewmaster. Centaur does limited damage as well. Is that if Necro gets a Blink Dagger and jumps you,
Dagon and Reaper Scythe.
not necessarily a Dagon, but if he jumps in with a Tidehunter and they actually close distance to Sniper,
right,
you can bring him down and he's dead for a long while as well.
That's true. I mean, that's
I think Avenge is going to be his bodyguard. If he gets in trouble, she can swap him out. And
not just Avenge. Centaur ult could sort of do it in a pinch. I'm just somewhat, I guess, sad that MVP doesn't have a good inherent mech carrier, because that could be another way kind of delay that death or prevent that death altogether.
True. I like to see when teams actually farm up a little bit more on their Disruptor and just let him get some item. He could potentially get the mecha, of course, but it also means that he would have to be pulling for a long while. Looking over to MVP Phoenix lineup, though, it seems that they want to keep a laning stage for quite a long while. When you have heroes like Vengeful and Disruptor, not the greatest roamers. Obviously, they can at level 7 or higher level Disruptor with his glimpse. Meanwhile, virtus.pro not going to go for a Treant, but going for something fairly similar in the Alchemist in terms of having a nice combo with Witch Doctor. I think virtus.pro are going to be the more active team early on in terms of movement.
Yeah, I would
TP
imagine you would pick the... Who are they?
Yeah, no, they just... Seedoy wants to get a ward really deep. I think he might even drop it. He should obviously be blocking the camp, but...
Yeah, what we didn't see on the screen was that Tidehunter level 1 TP'd and just dropped a very, very deep ward, and there's no chance whatsoever. I'm actually surprised that he TP for that, because normally if you get boots first and just straight up run down there, if the enemy team does not have boots, they will not be able to get there in time.
He would not have had time, though, against this.
Forev and March both have boots, so they ran down there pretty fast as well.
Yeah.
This is a pretty big ward.
Did you guys see Aui's video about where he took a replay and took it apart?
Yes.
I thought that was really good. And one of the things I see a lot of people do, he said, if the game starts and you just stand in here, you're doing it wrong.
Are you talking about the anti-mage game?
That stayed right in front of his tier 3 tower.
Right, where he was just like, get there, and even if you just deny them access to your pole camp, you know where their ward can be. You know, that kind of thing. You see people do that all the time, more focused on blocking the creeps and just standing around and debating what to buy. I mean, it's that kind of advice that really helps.
It's really good at, you know, sharing some of the professional insight Aoi in those videos. So I think it's high value.
I really want to send him a replay of mine and get him to look at it. I don't know
that
if
would
he
be good.
I could ask him.
Yeah, I think he would do it.
I'll beg him.
He says
I'll send him one of my best games and he can tell me how bad it was.
You could beg him by cornering him at backstage and be like, Aoi, take my replay. Whether you like it or not.
I'll on one knee, please. Please, Aoi. I'll show him Andy's hand. I'll say, look what I did to Andy. Now, don't fuck up.
This could be you in your career. Good thing I went for a caster instead.
Oh,
so
man.
The fact that MVP Phoenix has gone for Boots of Speed on the Vengeful Spirit makes me want to say that they're looking to roam pretty aggressive early as well, or maybe just dominate this bottom lane. But they're up against the Tidehunter, so...
Yeah, they're up against the Tide, who's fairly hard to bring down. He has 8 tangles, so he looks to tank some harassment slowly and just deal with it that way. But, I mean, when a Disruptor runs up to you and does this, that's 160 damage from a level 1 nuke. And a long-range nuke at that as well. It's an amazing skill for harassing. And he's just going to completely try and focus on keeping him away. Sadly, MVP doesn't have any D-wards. They don't have any sentries at all in their support, so they're not going to have their pull camp. And this means Tide could potentially get something, but the lane controlling is really nice here.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about putting Sniper on the mid lane, especially against a team that could roam? I mean, Alchemist's last pick says, we're going to roam and get some kills.
Well, that's why they placed their defensive rune ward as well, so that they can see it. Of course, smoke ganks are still going to be effective if they manage to get him off without Borev giving the heads up to the mid lane. But I think Sniper is actually made for the mid lane. I don't really like him that much as a farming on tri-lane kind of thing. He's still a carry, don't get me wrong, but he's just doing it from the mid lane. And that's where I've seen him to really have the most success.
So Reason really giving it to Razor here. Look at this, he's down a half health.
Yeah, Reason being active at harassing. That's his third Thunderstrike. They froze on any hero right now. Just being a nuisance on 2 lanes. So MVP trying to win 2 lanes really heavily is their goal. But meanwhile, VP are actually stacking up a little bit in jungle and keeping the rune control in top rune as well. Alchemist finding an in-miss.
Who do you think, in terms of an off-lane hero, who do you think is the hardest off-lane hero to kill? Even as a tri-lane? Like, obviously it'll depend what you've got. But in terms of survivability, Tide is right up there, isn't he?
In general, I wouldn't say Tide necessarily. He's hard to bring down. Yeah. But I would say probably something like Void is probably the hardest to kill. Just because he can always time walk away. And he's very, very tanky, to be honest.
I mean, I'm just thinking early on, someone with a lot of hit points, armor, just beef, is inherently hard to kill. But you think Void because, of course, he can just time walk.
Yeah.
And once he hits 6, it's like emergency chrono and he can run away.
The thing about Tide is he can be killed if you just get behind him. And talking about that, look at top lane, we see him go behind here. But the Alchemist stun should not be in time here. They don't get vision. Forever can walk out.
I wonder if there would be a rotation here. If there was a rotation, they could maybe do something.
Yeah, the coconut goes out, but doesn't do much here, so he's going to be perfectly fine. Very nice play by Forev running into a jungle there, realizing that he was going to be far away from the Alchemist.
I think this is actually both off lanes doing quite well here. They're getting a ton of experience. That little kind of foray in the jungle allowed the Centaur to pick up a ton of EXP under his tower.
Yeah, and there's so much experience coming in bottom lane as well for this Tidehunter. There's 5 creeps running in now and the next creep wave as well. This is all thanks to the first ward he dropped as well.
Yeah.
That was so important that he got it. So nice TP out and dropping that one. And even if they try to de-ward, this one is pretty... I mean, it's on the far edge on the bottom right. And it's very hard to de-ward the Radiant pull spawn.
I think even if you de-ward it now, I feel like it's already done its work.
Oh yeah,
it's
too late.
Itself.
It's too late. They're not going to go for a de-ward on...
And what level is he now, Tide?
He's hitting level 4 right now. He's going to hit it even if they deny everything here as he gets into tower, but he actually gets to farm as well here, which would be very amazing for him if he can catch up a little bit on gold. And he rushed boots, so he's going to go for a mana boots.
Here's a little rotation.
Looking at the smoke.
Smoke gank gets cancelled by Forev. In fact, they're going to go on Jottam. No bouncing on the coconut. They're going to drive him away. Yol's going to channel a stun. Goes on Forev, but he's a really hard one to bring down. Here comes G.
Oh, he has the plasma field. He's going to die here. Forev is dead.
Oof, no return kill from Sniper. In fact, he's actually going up on the high ground trying to get some kill. Heen giving him a little bit of pot shot.
Oh, March has a DD rune coming in from behind. Going on God here. He can solo kill him. He has boots.
Yeah.
Doesn't have glimpse.
2 more hits.
Does he have glimpse?
One more.
So
one more.
He's too quick.
He hits him.
That's the range.
That's really long
Sniper
range.
needs to be careful, I think, but he's okay.
Actually, Sniper just picked up face boots.
Centaur is coming as well.
That's going to be a really nice rotation kill. Great movement from MVP Phoenix.
See, look at that. Centaur didn't steal it. Learn from that, teammate. Don't steal my kills, goddammit.
If you're the Centaur, just take that. You need the gold.
I would have taken it.
Screw the Sniper.
I actually think the Centaur should have stolen it.
Yeah, I think the Centaur needs it more. As an offlaner, money is worth so much more.
He needs
surely, I mean, surely you want gold on your carry, but Sniper actually has the potential to farm on mid lane. Whereas Centaur is struggling on his off lane. Laning even against a Necrophos, probably one of the best type of heroes as well against Cent. Just because of his ulti and how good it is.
Yeah.
But now, even more rotations. God, TP down on bottom lane. He was scouted by the Obs Ward, though. I don't know what he's doing.
I mean, not only that, he should have saw Panda having 7 magic stick charge. That was a very low chance they would get the kill. So
yeah,
it was kind of a wrong TP, and then now he's kind of in the mid lane. But speaking of mid lane, he's in a little bit of trouble. He's got the face boots. He's gonna walk
fine. That was a lot of time wasted, though, for God. I guess Alchemist was allowed to get some experience mid, but he's still not even level 3, so the laning stage really working out nicely for MVP here.
Yeah.
And
Last
we
hit's
already,
Necro leading the way, and then Brew. So
yeah, he's getting the farm. I mean, farm-wise, they're doing pretty fine because VP are ahead. But after that little engagement as well, where they just got so much, two kills. They didn't get the first blood, but MVP got 2 kills in the end, and they killed the Razor as well. I think MVP are in a slightly better spot.
what do you get first here as sniper? Oh, you've got phase boots. What's your next item? What's your go-to item?
Aquila is really good.
Yeah.
I like it a lot, especially since he is leveling up Shrapnel. He doesn't put many points into it now because he wants to have max range.
Right.
I approve of that completely.
Yeah. I like max range too, because I
Yeah.
want to stay back.
Because especially against these heroes, right? I
Yeah.
mean, you're up against Razor, Tidehunter. I would say probably just Aquila into...
Your
Deso?
first damage item,
think
whatever.
Deso-
The Deso Rush has seen some success. I mean,
Yeah.
it was the Chinese scene really bringing it in. Top. Are they going to try and kill? No, they can't.
Because I tend to think when you're up against people who are hard to kill, like Deso's super helpful.
It's
rather
very
than just
useful.
attacks.
Oh, actually a tower dive with the Brewmaster ulti on bottom. This is going to allow them to push as well. They have a nice creep wave, so they're going to keep going here.
Yeah, March is going to send Illusion forward. That's going to bring the lane away. Nicely done.
Yeah.
And this is a good time to actually talk about that. MVP is one of those teams that switch roles on the player quite a bit. March, we talked about how he plays the Warlock mid or carry, but this game he's playing support. It's the support player.
Oh, they might kill him here again. See,
Oh, glimpse. See, oh, what?
how was that?
Wait,
What
what?
the hell was that?
Wait.
No,
Did
he
Anchor or
TP'd, he TP'd so fast that he hadn't been alive for long enough. So the
Oh,
game's
so he
brought
went
him
back
to where he died.
I see.
God damn.
I thought
What a
the-
meta
I've
player.
never seen that.
Sedoy is so smart, man.
No, I think he just like.
No, he's so smart.
I've never seen that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it will actually do that.
He
So-
glimpsed him back to where he died.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
to his grave, really. Amazing.
Utterly bizarre.
Rev giving Doabon, but
Dota mechanics,
See,
man.
the thing is, if you didn't know, you would never know. Like, you just think, what the hell happened? The
you'd be
game's
like Vovo,
bugged.
literally unplayable game.
Yeah, exactly. I think you probably scratch your head a little bit there when that happens as Ryzen, but you know that's a funny mechanic. So he actually TP'd immediately when he respawned,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's the only reason this happened. Very cute little thing. And so far MVP is the loudest team as well, but it's not actually loud
They've
yet.
spoken. That's
Yeah,
it.
They've said something. Meanwhile, VP are pretty silent right now.
Maybe VP is on that telepathic path.
They're that much in sync.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't need to talk.
no talk. I think that's actually bad. No matter how well you know each other, you should still talk a lot. You know.
Fair enough.
What's wrong? You guys unhappy?
No, we're pretty happy. We're
Okay.
just discussing.
Oh, whether they should talk?
Yeah, I think a team should talk. We're on
Yeah.
that level. So he did go for the Aquila on Sniper, by the way, and makes me happy, even more happy. And he has level 4 on range now, so he can really farm from his own high ground
Yeah.
on mid lane without even putting himself in danger.
There's that Aquila.
Yep. But top now, both teams looking to take a fight here. The thing is, VP's ward actually spotted him out, so they're just kind of trying to find something here, but VP won't really bite. They know what's up.
There's the blink on Brewmaster now.
Yeah,
Nice to have.
it's a good timing as well, but that's one of the strengths of having him as a safe lane farmer. But meanwhile, bottom lane, Sedoy has been free farming a lot now because no one is on this lane. And MVP are really trying to force the top lane action.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Tide is just pushing the tower like, guys, they're not here. They have to be somewhere. You guys should be careful.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, they have a very deep ward, the Dire,
Yeah.
on the top lane. So they think, oh, we will see them smoke, we'll see them coming, but they smoke in
Way
a tier
back.
3 tower. In fact, they're
Oh.
going to get the smoke cancelled. They see BZZ. That's the target they're going on.
Should
The
be
circle of fun, as Ted called it.
Yeah.
It was going to trap BZZ.
Did you
Easy
see a
kill.
little Hadouken in there as well from Asata? That's nice to see.
I think
This
they
is
wanted-
actually helping Jodam a little bit there to get away. Actually
Yeah.
sent him further away.
I think they need more than just that one kill, though. In fact, they're going to go for a little bit more. G
There's
gets
the
picked
rock.
up here. Tornado should send him up, and that should be
They will get
yet another
twice.
easy kill.
Oh, they could kill 2 here. Going after G, and he's dead with a Sniper Assassinate as well. And they're going to bring
Stolen
him
by
down and
Disrupt.
just say hi to Jodam as well. Jodam not landing in the best of
Oh,
spots. Sedoy
man.
trying to go in, the one after another. Oh, this is not what you want to
That's
have
the
happen.
no teammates in
Crits?
sight Ravage.
Yeah.
Oh!
And QO gets him down as well. And Sedoy, meanwhile, this is just a full crumble.
That was a
brutal.
team wipe.
That was a team wipe we
Yeah,
just
they're
witnessed.
still going. I mean, they're just.
Okay.
I don't know why they're still running in. It's pretty tough fight that for them. They got rolled.
You know,
Yeah.
normally when we're...
So the team talking won. Just want to say that.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
I mean, sample size 1, right? Like,
Don't go in the woods. That's
Yeah.
what they should have heard. Don't go in there.
Yeah. They should really have been more careful when this Tidehunter was bottom, not getting interrupted in any way at all. I mean, they saw them back with the ward they had on top, and then they did not know where they were. So maybe they thought that they were going to go down and kill the Tidehunter, but I think they should have just huddled up a little bit under the tower for a while.
I think once they got the Necro, maybe try and get the heck out. But the thing is, they have got quite a good team for catching. You've got Centaur Charge,
Brewmaster
you've
did
got
good. Yeah.
you've got Blink on Brew, you've got Glimpse, you've got Swap. It's like it's pretty hard to get away from these guys.
True, true. The Brewmaster did really good in that chase, blinking after and ulting very, very quickly, just chasing after and getting the stun and the lift off. So, but the one after another effect is still sort of VP's own fault. Walking in there after already losing that much, I think Sidoy was out of his place there, trying to go. So now MVP in a very cemented lead here with 8-1. And trying to go on bottom, they could still bring down this tier 1 tower that they were harassing down to 175 HP. So that's easy gold right there.
Let's not dance around the bush, as Lumi would put it. MVP are doing well here, looking good.
Oh, wow. Yo's gonna get picked up here.
Ouchie.
Yep, easy kill.
Oh,
Glimpse.
the
Oh,
Glimpse.
baby.
Long range.
They also have the swap available, so they can bring him back a little bit, but the TP is coming in as well from Witch Doctor, and they're gonna
Oh,
say no.
cancelled.
They're gonna say no thanks.
I thought they might have gone on in there.
Yeah. Well,
Ravage
Ravage
down,
was
they
down.
could've gone
I
for it.
think they could have totally
If they kill
swapped
him right there, they get that tower too.
Yeah, but it's also disciplined play. I won't say that I disliked that they let him go there, because you already got one nice pick-off, and you already used your Disruptor ulti. Maybe just respecting the enemy a little bit as Stampede is on cooldown as well.
I say no mercy, Wagger.
You say
Never
no
stop,
mercy.
as Shane says. Never stop.
I say comeback mechanic.
Yeah.
I mean,
Damn.
you are walking into the coconut bounces, which can get pretty scary.
Yeah, they also didn't know if there was
It's a
one more
bongo,
hero just
Lumi.
standing there under the tower already. You saw one TP, but is there more?
Yeah.
So, you know, if the bongo goes bouncing on you, it could be bad. Bottom, tower goes down, and actually a TP comes in from this Alchemist. It's gonna be just fine, it seems. Trying to stun.
Oh, forever in trouble. Blinking one.
Guys, oh,
Whew, I guess the damage tick didn't happen until
Yeah.
the
It
dust
takes
settles.
a little bit of a while, but nice fun. I like. Meanwhile, on top lane, we saw a dive by Brewmaster as well, going in on a Necrophos, and Sniper getting the last hit. Centaur wants to go back in here, but there's 3 heroes around.
Yeah, he could be in trouble here.
It could be, but yes.
Oh, nice stomp. The electric field
Walks
just
it out there.
catching him.
Yeah, he's
Give me a
creating space
rundown.
right now, and he has the Blink Dagger ready. He almost had mana for his ulti as well. So very nice play there, just knowing just how far he can push it.
Wasting their time.
Yes.
10-1 in favor of MVP. That's nice.
And it's going to be the Maelstrom instead of the Desolator. Just wanted to say that he has the Maelstrom finished now.
Nice.
And I think it's always one or the other of these 2 items, right?
Yeah.
Either you go for a Deso or a Maelstrom, really. And March struggling to get a D-ward here. He has the vision when he used his Wave of Terror, but he has to drop a ward. Another sentry, because he really wants to kill that ward.
I think that's where you say not worth.
Actually not worth.
I mean,
Well, the vision
technically,
is
it's,
gone.
yeah,
I mean-
that's okay. But I think the biggest lead is not just the 9 kills, but the fact that the support levels are so different. Like
Yeah.
March is level 7, Reason's level 6, and then you look at what a level 3, level 4 Alchemist. What does the under-level Alchemist do for your team?
Not
I feel like
much.
very little.
He's the top feeder, at least.
Thing is,
But-
don't you think like he's the kind of hero? If you've got time in the game, he's going to become a big factor later on. Because he can always disappear off, stack some camps, farm them with the acid spray, and get something.
I don't.
But
think
in
he's-
this game, they haven't got any room to do anything.
I think it's more like they want to have some minus armor synergy, right? Because they have the Razor ulti, they have Alchemist Cloud, and they also have the Gush. So
Right.
I can see a little bit where their damage is going to come from and how Alchemist could be nice. But as you said, when he's this under-leveled, I mean, March is already, Vengeful Spirit, who should be an easy kill, has Power Treads and Urn. She's 1,000 HP.
Yeah.
And she should be
Oh,
one
what
of
a
the easiest
smoke.
kills. And they walk right into stuff.
Wow.
Easy pick off. They could even try to transition into Roche, but I think they should keep going and take towers. Because Roche is one of a few ways they could probably
They're thinking
lose their
about it.
advantage.
Medallion Courage gets picked up on the vent.
Yeah, they know it's soon, right?
Yeah.
Top lane, they're going again with the Brewmaster ulti, bullying down on the poor Necrophos, man.
Yeah.
Necrophos trying to stay alive with his heals, spamming, but
yeah.
he should not be fine here.
When you're trapped in the circle of fun and you press yourself up against the edge in desperation, knowing you're still trapped, It's the saddest thing. It's like going to the zoo and seeing the chimps. They don't want to be in those cages. He doesn't want to be in the cage. It's sad. It makes me sad.
Necrophos made you sad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like Necrophos. I'm terrible at it, but I like to play him.
I think it makes me more sad because of the way he has died now 3 times without being in any kill.
Yeah.
You're talking about a safe lane carry Necrophos, but really, he's rushing a Bloodstone, and he bought the recipe for it to not lose gold at one point. But do you think the Bloodstone rush is going to do anything here, Lumi? Like, is it actually going to work?
I mean, it helps against this lineup because this lineup likes to jump on you. And I guess if you die, you heal your team, but...
You can kill yourself.
You can't stop me from healing. I will heal if you don't focus me, and I will heal if you do focus me.
I feel like if you want to just tank up, a mech BKB just does a lot more for your team.
Oh, Forev might want to go on the tide here, but they also have heroes behind him.
Blink.
Nice blink. Very fast on his fingers.
You know, I'm
Forev.
still on that chimpanzee talk. Now I feel very depressed
Yeah, you
about
should.
going to zoos.
Yeah, I don't like zoos at all. Like the ones where
What about your
everything's in
kids?
cages. We go to zoos that tend to be a bit more chilled out. The animals look
And
happy.
do you tell the kids, like, this is not right?
It depends on the zoo. This is wrong, children. Now let's go to the tiger enclosure.
Okay.
Where it's even wronger. If you go to some zoos where they've got like an open area and stuff, you know.
You can't be against having a chimpanzee in, you know, a glass
Why?
enclosement and then say that you want to go and see the animals.
No, that's the joke.
yeah.
You see,
You
it's
can- you
irony.
can't.
Yeah. No, I know exactly.
Exactly.
You made my point for me more elegantly than I could.
Yes.
Thank you, Wagga.
So bottom now, gonna try and push out on this tower. Max level on Shrapnel, by the way. So this can really help to bring down the tower fast. And they're trying to go for a kill again. Brewmaster just, as
Just
soon as he
running
sees
at him.
anyone, he just
What?
jumps.
Oh wow, and they let the sniper get it. Nice.
I really like the sniper build. I don't think the mid game is going to be won by the headshot damage as we see another lift on Optimus. Not sure if they get the kill. Never mind. Here comes the sniper.
Never mind.
Yep.
The skull is chasing him, but it doesn't do much. So yeah.
It's
I
pretty
mean,
creepy though.
It is
Getting
very
chased by those
creepy.
things.
I've been chased by one of those for like 5 minutes once. Ran across the entire
Like
map.
if you're a blood seeker or something.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this initiation coming out from recent, but there's just no
Well,
follow.
there's, I don't know. I would say 0 out of 10 initiation. That was a Lumi initiation.
What?
Whoa.
Why is my name thrown into this all of a sudden?
I've seen you. I've seen
I
you.
played with Lumi. I thought he was going to be good. I don't know why. I just
Oh.
had the impression.
VP need
oh,
to
here
win
we
a
go.
fight here, and they're trying to go in. They have the
They get
Ravage
one.
and just holding on to it.
But that's it.
Can they catch anyone else? I mean, even March with his power treads just running away, right?
Yep.
There's the TP.
Maybe they could get the cask on him, but the Gush is going to be there. Okay, they could bring down a Vengeful. That's like the
with
consolation
the
kill.
ult. Oh, and 2 ults.
Oh,
There they
those
got
So
one.
good.
Okay.
I mean,
well
that all is worth the spend, right?
Yeah.
Plus 30 on the death timer.
Yeah, 60 seconds death on support at 18 minutes in is pretty. That's pretty cruel.
that is their.
That's even
That's their
worse.
first couple of kills since First Blood. Did they get First Blood?
They got first.
They got first
So,
one, and then they had
in the following
14
16 minutes or something, they finally got some kills. Comeback time.
And a tower.
Yeah.
This is a big amount of gold.
They should. What do you keep going here, or do you count your chickens and get the heck out of there?
I think you get the fuck out of this jungle. Just using this again.
That's your one F-bomb.
Yeah.
You've used mine now.
Yeah, I used up yours. It's fine.
For flip's sake.
For flip's sake.
I'm reduced to flips.
I
Dude,
think.
that's the name of my family's dog.
Flip's sake.
How many dogs do you have? You have
2.
I don't believe you
Okay.
have a dog called Busy and a dog called Flip.
You can check. They have Facebook.
No, I don't want to check.
Facebook.
Really? Does
They
each
do.
dog have its own page?
Yeah, they actually do.
God damn you.
Jottam actually gonna be brought down here by Forev and Ryzen. As
Do they have
find
their
him.
own Twitter?
Does he post much?
Flip does. Yeah.
Flip does.
She actually has a Twitter.
What is it?
Flip the stream dog.
Flip the stream.
Yeah,
dog.
you can check it.
Let's go
It's legit.
follow.
What does a dog tweet? Currently
much.
currently
Woof,
licking
woof.
my nuts. Woof woof.
It's a
Didn't get
she,
to walk
please.
out today.
Chasing a car.
Chasing a car.
Fuck this mailman. Jesus.
I used yours. You can't.
I think he just
Okay,
used mine.
okay.
We're out of F-bombs.
All the F-bombs
It's
are gone,
been
guys.
less than 20
So
minutes.
from now on, it's gonna be like PG-3 or something.
It
We'll
is
be fine.
daytime. My kids could conceivably be watching. I always forget that.
Yeah.
My wife's like, oh yeah, they saw you on stream. I was like, was I cussing at the time?
Would they be proud to hear you say this?
No.
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 Think of Alexa.
Yeah, think of hot
Do you know who
esport
Alexa?
rep.
No.
So there's this poster called Esport Rep on Reddit.
I know esports rep.
And every
Everybody
time
knows
he
it.
posts something atrocious about esport, he refers to his 9-year-old daughter, Alexa.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So we can't, here we go. March gets
of
initiated
Alexa.
on, but Stampede gets him out of there.
March trying to run all he can. He's really tanky actually with this 12 armor.
Oh, and the sweat swap.
Look at how long
He's
he
outie.
lives here. I mean, he's gonna go down in the end, but
That was nice, though.
March showing that even on a support.
Here we go.
No.
Big circle, catches
Again,
2.
0 out of 10, and Lumi getting all the hype up.
Look, man, I got to cheer for a reason.
If you don't get hype when it starts, you can't suddenly get hype when hype stuff happens. You've got to pre-hype.
Well, things are not actually happening
There
there.
was
That's
stuff
the
happening,
thing.
spells were cast.
Yes, but I can see that things are not gonna happen. Here things are happening, actually.
You can't get hype about that. It was over before it started.
No.
See, if we continue the hype from the Reason Circle of Fun,
We could have dragged that out.
yeah.
Praying that something happens so we can end the hype.
Is this some like real life allusion to like pre-gaming? Or is that
What do you mean?
like, you know, you gotta get hype before that real hype happens? So
Oh,
you
I see.
pre-game
No,
before?
I just talking crap.
Okay.
I don't think there's a thing there.
No. I think that's...
I'm reading too much into what Ted's saying.
I think so.
Please don't.
Don't go Sun Tzu on this. There's no need.
I think the real thing is MVP, most valuable player. So VP is just like valuable player. That means they have to win. They're the most valuable.
I think you hit it on the nail. There's not much to
I
say.
hit the hammer on the nail right
Yeah.
there.
That's
I love
actually
these
true.
Lumi versions of sayings.
They're like
dancing
half
around
right.
the bush. I think you beat the hammer on the nail right there, buddy.
I got it. I
Mid
think
lane,
maybe.
things could be happening here. Get your hype up, Lumi.
All right, it's happening right now. They're throwing everything on Yo, and he is dead.
Boom.
But
like that.
the hype ends very quickly because they die very quickly, and that's it.
He got exploded. That minus armor, man.
Yeah, true. So, really short engagements, and that's of course against the Brewmaster. You don't want to take the fight after he jumps in and splits for a kill. It's more about damage control, really. And if VP did this sooner in this game, maybe they wouldn't be that far behind, because they really are this far behind because they were not
Okay,
damage controlling.
here we
now,
go, here we
things
go.
are going down.
Big Ravage time. All right, Blink.
Oh,
Reason's ready.
Reason
With the
wants
silence.
it.
Here it comes.
Well,
Oh,
Oh.
no, he just gets the heck out of there.
he's
kidding.
dead. He's dead.
can you smoke that?
No.
Okay. Yo,
Done.
where's the Ravage? We've been waiting for it forever.
Yeah,
I've
come on,
never
for
seen a
Christ's
Ravage
sake,
in this
give us a
There you
we
go. That one hits too, actually. They're going to get March. Are they going to get a little bit more? Jottam on the back line gets sniped. Forstaff gets forever back out, but
This
he
is a
might
dead
actually going to
Jottam.
die here. Where's the Reaper side not being used? Assassinate on the background is going to get one more kill. Yo's going to give chase to Kyo. Kyo, it's going to run out there, and it looks like Yo
They Reaper
self-stunned.
side the Venge.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Sniper showing off that even with the most gold on the map, he still is a tickle master. He doesn't deal any damage at this point. He's shooting forever, but no one is really caring about him. I mean, he did last hit the Witch Doctor after some help. He was like, I can take
Yeah.
that
I mean, I think at the moment, you know, if you think about it, you got the Necro heals.
for the high ground tickle.
If you're going to shoot Alk, you're going to shoot Tide. You know, it's tough. He can't tickle them to death. At
No,
the moment,
that's-
he's
that's
just, it's
really the
purely
issue.
the tickle. Yeah, yeah. He'll get there.
He'll get there. Soon, they won't be laughing anymore.
So I think it was 15-3, and now it's 18-7. So VP is starting to do better as these fights go on.
Yeah, I mean, especially since it was even 14-1 at one point. I mean, things are going VP's way slightly.
Yeah, as we enter the 20-minute mark.
Yeah. They also have the power of Bloodstone starting to stack up a little bit for Necrophos now, so he really has unlimited mana, and he could also go for whatever item he wants soon, as he has 2,500 gold stacking up. So we'll see what he wants to add up next. What do you think, Lumi? What should he buy?
There
Is
you
it
go.
the axe and just
Blink?
keep down whoever you kill? No buyback?
I think for the Blink, you more so rely on Yo and your TIE Hunter to just get the party started, and you just drop the Reaper.
Yeah.
So I think tanking up and making your ultimate a little bit more effective is probably better.
He went for Blink.
Yep.
Okay.
He doesn't care.
All right, Ted,
What?
you're on this.
Oh, wow. Really nice play by Raisin. Ted.
What?
Okay, it's fine. Anyway, Forham is gonna go in here,
we
catching
were
Yol
talking about
out, and
something
now
else.
gonna try and bring him down. We still have Necrophos hanging around, but he's not gonna join in on this. It's more like, good luck, buddy. He's actually holding his
If
own
he stuns
really
himself,
well.
this could be trouble.
But yeah, well, he's already
He
in
goes into
trouble,
a
I would
bonk.
say.
Yeah.
The trouble was real. I'm amazed he lived that long. Once again, heroes are not willing to die in this game, as we have seen March just living forever on his Vengeful, and now same with Alchemist, even though he has no items. I think it's the medallion.
It's actually hard to cast off your camera work because you move the camera a lot more than, like, when you watch the obs, they're using the smooth drag, so it's a little
Oh
easier.
yeah, I don't do that stuff. I mean, I'm not the camera that people are using overall, so
Yeah, of course.
for you to cast off it. But you
I'll
can,
have to
you
go
can
off
watch
the
the big TV we
Go
have
off
over
the
there.
tally.
Yeah.
VP going to get their, what is it, second tower of the game. And if we could see the graph for Thing, let's have a look at it. I don't know if we can get it called up. So difference in team net worth. Look at that. So MVP up by 5k. XP earned, they're only up by 1,000.
Yeah.
But that gold would have taken a dip as that tower went down. So up by 4K now. I think VP is showing
VP
signs of
doing the
life here. There's a
wraparound and
heartbeat.
going
There's
in.
the Ravage. Catches one, Reaper's side. And that is a dead Brewmaster. 84 seconds. G giving him the rundown.
This spells trouble for MVP
Yeah,
here.
this is. Sniper with the tickles.
Sniper trying
But
to bring down
I don't
someone
think he can
here.
do
but-
enough. They're kiting him pretty well, actually. Nice blink. Yes. Centaur ult, and they'll run away. Alchemist will stun himself, I think. Yeah, and they just piece on the whole situation, and who could blame them?
Yeah, and finally they actually brought down the Vengeful as well as G chased after that. But
Yeah.
now they see that Reason is trying to run behind. Nice send back here onto God,
yeah,
but
that
he's
was
still against the Blink Dagger.
Circle of
Necrophos.
fun, round you go.
Yeah, I don't
got
think
Blink.
he's fine.
He's got Blink. He can smoke and get himself out further away if he wants to use it. He's buying a TP.
Oh, he has the Force Staff soon. He
Yeah.
could be fine here,
I
but
think
the
he's
creeps
okay.
are against
Dude,
him.
he's creating so much
Why
space.
you do this?
He's creating
Run,
so
buddy.
much space. Force? Oh, he doesn't have mana for
I
No,
it.
don't
now
know,
he's
man.
got no mana. He's got an earn charge on him.
I
Alright,
don't
he's
know, man.
fine.
I think
the
if
bottom
Necro
room.
stays on him, then the Heartstopper, he might be able to chase him down. He's gonna do it.
Oh, he sees
Oh,
him.
actually, though,
Roshan.
actually,
Go Roche! Yes! One punch, slammed.
The one-hit knockout, Roshan. So
That was a
excellent.
solid punch from Roche there. Really, really nice. Nice right hook. Well played, Roche.
Roche is 1-0 in this
Yeah,
game
he's
as well.
1-0.
hold on. Is it inhumane that Roche is kept in there?
No, dude, he
No, it's his
could
home.
leave any time he likes.
Yeah.
Just within the AoE, and then he has to walk back in.
No,
It's like an invisible
It's
leash.
his cave.
Yeah,
You
he
don't
goes
have
out
to
and-
stay in your house, Lumi, but you do.
You know, the thing is
That's
that
true.
he's actually immortal as soon as he leaves his house. You know?
That is true.
Almost true. People can go into his house and shoot him when he's outside.
So don't stay in your house.
Not really immortal, but if he takes a little stroll, you know, he's fine. And he does occasionally.
Cursed? Is he cursed in some way?
Maybe. But I mean, he can leave when he wants. He just goes out and smacks some fool whenever he feels like, right?
He takes a holiday twice a year, I understand.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. In Sweden, we have long holidays. You know, Swedish Roach.
Oh!
Yo, gotta get caught out.
Now, if you think about it, when it's like a special event and Roshan isn't involved, that's when he takes his break. That's why when there was no diatribe and
Oh
stuff.
god, they're getting caught out
Brewmaster
even
split.
more here. This
There
is
is
not
a
great
clap.
as Brewmaster goes
Thumps,
in. Centaur's
Centaur.
here.
Oh, just missed it. Is there a... We don't need a Ravage. Look at this. This is the Necro being tough to kill. This is a problem. Gets the
Turns
side.
around.
Not quite enough. One more heal. I think it was just enough. VPP 633 with the kill 3.
Yeah. They also managed to TP out with Witch Doctor in the meanwhile, but that was a little one-for-one trade, which works out fairly well, I guess. Or actually not really a one-for-one, as
Did
they
they get-
killed him earlier. They killed the Alchemist.
Do they get the Shman here or not? I don't think they can. They got lots of minus armor.
They can kill him fast, but the thing is that they don't really have any vision on
Yeah.
the right. I mean, they have a ward around Roche, but it's not the one they would prefer to have. They would want to have the one on the top right cliff, so they
Yes.
can actually see VP walking up there.
And Ravage is up.
Ravage
so.
is up.
Yes.
That is a no-fight situation.
Oh, somebody's gonna get jumped on.
VP
right
wants
here.
to make something happen with this, though, and now you could try and pay
Oh,
attention.
that's
gosh.
two-man Ravage. Go.
Yeah, here it comes.
Go. No go.
There's the wave. Stun from out comes in. Brewmaster caught. He doesn't have his ult for 55 seconds, and they're just
Actually
going to
back
back it
out
up
here.
here. There's the sniper shot.
I think they're going
Heal
to
from
get chased
Necro.
down.
There's a Centaur charge. Oh, Witch Doctor going to get punched.
Shot him is like, why me? Why?
Two
Why
crits
did we
in a
back?
row. They're looking to chase a little bit more. This game is entirely decided by the initiation. We saw VP when they got a good initiate on top. They could just route MVP very easily. They need to keep doing this.
Yeah, that's true. And now they're trying to go behind again here with VP. They know that they're in on Roche. They should definitely know, as they see them around there as well. But they're trying to be very, very sneaky here.
The thing is, if they can get the initiation, they get the positioning. They've got quite good sustain with, like, Alk heals himself, Witch Doctor heal, you got Necro healing and stuff.
They don't seem to care about Roche. I think they're going to get out, to be honest.
I think they're going to try and turn this, but it's late.
Yeah, it's too late.
It's late.
Too late.
and there we go.
Brewmaster actually gets it, and I think that's a good choice, because
Yeah.
Sniper is not really the point of focus in this game. He did go for the full Sanjin Yasha, and now going into Mithril Hammer as well. Since he already has Maelstrom, it's either a Deso or a BKB, and BKB sounds pretty useful against what VP have, just so you can't be focused down that easily.
I think he'll get a Deso.
Yeah.
I
think
hope for
he's
the
got the
Deso.
blink for
Deso
positioning
would
and
be
getting away.
Deso would be strong.
He
with
needs
the
to start
space
doing
he can get.
less tickling and more like poking.
smacking.
Really smashing people.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what he needs.
True.
Playtime is over.
Yeah, bring out the AWP. Brewmaster once again going in. This is maybe just creating space. No, actually
Oh.
they go in and just wreck people.
There is some space there where someone was once standing.
Yeah, true. True. G trying to go in alone here. He has his Tide walking behind him as well, trying to get in for a nice Ravage. Gets 2.
Centaur will go down here. G in trouble. Look at this sniper just plinking away at him.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's no tickles anymore, man.
I mean, the initiation from MVP is so much easier. Reaper Scythe's going to come through. He's going to survive that. And I think, yeah,
Nice.
no Bloodstone will save you.
Look how tough Necro is to kill, though. Look at this.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. And actually, Sniper goes down here as they just rush out and punch him. Might get something more, but in the end, Brewmaster just so strong in these fights, and they can't even bring him down once. So he just clicks people. And showing again how Brewmaster, in the mid game at least, has really, really nice control in team fights and deals decent damage with right click. It's just that if it goes to late game, that's when it fades off, but this is really his prime time.
I mean, his build really will carry him well into the late game, because the aura from the Vlads is really good. And then your Brewlings still do a ton of damage thanks to your ult stick. So.
Yeah. Well, the main reason he's punching so hard right now is, sure, the Vlads give you some Vengeful, who's level 13, is helping him out so much with the minus armor already from the Wave of Terror, then medallioning people as well, and then you have Brewmaster coming up and critting them. That's a lot of damage right there. And even Sniper with his Tickle Gun can deal some damage through it.
And the other thing is then you got on top of that the Disruptor ult, which is, it is so hard to fight in that. It really is the word.
They did fairly well, though, because the Tidehunter force-staffed through the Disruptor ulti, trying to get a nice Ravage off. But even so, against a team with Sniper, he's staying so far behind, right? So you're never going to get to a Sniper unless you walk behind.
That's why I really like Blink on him. Because if they start to get a little close,
really
he just blink away, no problemo.
And Face Boots actually also puts him at a very nice movement speed, 448 when he uses his Face Boots.
Yeah. Most people go treads on him, but you think Face Boots is the way to go?
Oh yeah. I think so. I mean, I've tried both of them quite a lot. And he's like my third most successful hero when I pick up. So he's fairly...
You know what you're talking about.
I make a strong point here, right? So I would say Face Boots, definitely. Because positioning is everything you want.
Yeah.
And attack speed is not that important on him. You get it from Maelstrom anyway if you go for this build. But even if you want to, you can go Desolator and have slow attack speed. It's fine.
And if you get in the Aquila, you're going to get like mana regen and stuff.
Yeah. But... at this stage, they're just slow sieging, trying to deal damage with the shrapnel, bringing this tower low, and then gonna go for range racks, I assume. So it's really on VP to take the fight, but how do you do against the Centaur ulti and the disjoint, really, from MVP? Even BKB on Centaur.
Oh, there's the charge.
Yeah, they're going to try to initiate on G before he pops the BKB. He will pop it at half health. The Ravage is going to come through. Sadoi gets slowed down, gets stunned up, and Sadoi is looking for that Ravage. He gets swapped back even. Looks like Reaper Side on the backline is going to get one. Sadoi, is he even going to Ravage? That's the question. Looks like he's not. He's just brought down. Meanwhile, BZZ on the backline doing a ton of work. Yo coming in as well, but Sniper, who's now shooting from the high ground, he now is shooting from the low ground. The mobility of the Sniper is just going crazy.
Yeah, he was actually being chased away completely by the Necrophos in the beginning of the fight. He ran down all the way past the Ancients there, actually, and then turned around and came back in. So
why do you think he held off the Ravage there?
I think he should definitely have used it, but then again, it didn't look like it was going to do that much.
Yeah, it just got like one or two.
Yeah, Alchemist was there, but...
I think he was kind of waiting, thinking, well, Brew's ult is up, so I'll just wait, or...
It was mainly just the BKBs. Like, he couldn't get a nice ulti off early on in the team fight, and we just see the disaster continuing here for VP as they're being chased down in their own base by the QPUs.
Yeah.
I mean, buyback from Necro, gonna heal and keep G alive here. They try to turn and get something done, but don't have the ulti just yet. 10 more seconds.
I think... Oh no, Hina live. Don't think a Scythe would kill him at this point.
Yeah.
It's close.
Oh,
there's
that's the Ravage.
They can kill some now. They have the Blink, Reaper,
Scythe.
BKB though.
Yeah. I don't think they can catch him. They might be able to. BKB will run out. There's a nice stomp.
If they get a hit on him.
Oh, the Blink.
They've
got a blink on Necro and a blink on
Aura.
Chasing down.
Oh, it's the Aura.
Give him the Aura.
Give him the Aura.
Today.
Oh, neutral might have actually got him.
Yeah, he tried to force staff into a neutrals to die to them there, but obviously neutrals don't really deal that much damage towards a Centaur at this stage. So very nice chase, and they get something back. I mean, these are high value kills, right? You're getting the Sniper, you're getting the Centaur, but that still might be a little bit too little. You need to get objectives, as we always talk about. Sure, you get comeback gold, but can you get a tower? Roshan is still dead for a long time, so you're not going to bring him down.
Yeah.
They're just going to try and farm up a little bit and complete some more items, it seems. Obviously, having the refresher on Tide would be amazing for them.
Yeah.
What
that would be
about a
big.
refresher on Panda? I haven't seen that one for a while.
Been a while, yeah, but he has it already.
It's
Let's
obviously causing enough trouble that I think it would be conceivably worth it, but
Yeah. I mean, he has the refresher completed, and I think he can take some really nice fights with it because he has microed really well during his ultis and getting a lot of clap damage out with his Aghanims. So I think definitely the refresher, they can take a really long team fight, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
he
these
has
team
it?
fights have been.
Yeah, he has.
oh, he
the whole
has it.
thing. He's so
I didn't
farmed.
see it. It didn't flash up for me.
11, 1, and 16.
Dang.
So,
That's a fun game.
putting that, yeah, he's having a lot of fun. So that's a safe lane Brewmaster really working out. And I don't really see what's gonna save VP here. I'm looking over to the lineup, but when you fall behind this much with a Necrophos, it's kind of the weakness of the hero. So you're looking over to Razor and saying, "Hey, buddy, can you deal some damage?" But he has the Aghanims, but no refresher, obviously, on the Razor. He has BKB and armor as well, so G is hard to bring down, but it's not amazing, right? Against the Centaur, he can run, like, an entire team can run away. You even have the Venge swap. And they have to make the fight work now, as they're at their door and knocking.
Knocking at the door. So
Check on the Tide's cooldown on his ults.
It's actually done in 5
okay.
seconds.
I mean, if they win this fight, he gets refresher. So,
Yeah, if they win it. That's a nice way of thinking, you know?
like, if they win this
that's
fight, this game could be a big comeback.
yeah.
That's the kind of positive attitude that's needed. And Brewmaster goes with the split onto Necro, forced to use BCV early here, and trying to keep together his VP.
He's stealing damage.
I like
from
what
that
they're doing here, though.
Wind Spirit.
They're staying alive. The tower's taking a lot of damage, but guess what? There's another Brewmaster ultimate to be
Yeah.
waiting, so they gotta
Yeah.
dodge another
They
one.
might go on the Necro once again, because he doesn't have BKB now. So if they can catch him, that's a
Yeah,
really good
that's
target.
big.
Because it's 60 seconds or 50 seconds now, cooldown still. So this could be the game here from MVP that they want to focus in again.
Here we go,
Outsult now
Blink
down.
ultimate. They're gonna grab on Yo. Yo is immediately dead. In fact, Web Terror is gonna take him down. Jottam, he's gonna get focused. He's
Oh,
gonna be dead as well.
God.
G's BKB is actually ticked down at this point. Are they gonna go on him? Circle of Fun keeps him in, and Sniper all the meanwhile plinking down
Blinking
towers.
away.
Yep.
Yeah, Sniper just doing objective gaming from close or far, doesn't really matter. And now even bringing Necro far in, he's just in no man's land.
Yeah. There's that
Ravage is there, but
though.
I mean, it's too little
It
too late.
is.
And I can't really blame the Tide for it, because all these BKBs and Brewmaster splits, you
tough.
can't really do that much as a Tide Hunter. He had a good time on the off lane, but how do you fight in the team fights?
GG.
It was really just hard for him to transition into something more useful in the fight.
I think when I see teams pick Void and Tide, I personally really like it, especially if a team plays really well against it. And in this particular game, there was never really more than a 3-man per average.
Yeah.
Because MVP's positioning was just so good.
Yeah, so MVP, their draft worked out really well, to be honest, against what VP had, I would like to say. They adjusted their picks really to counter them because they saw the Tide immediately. And Tide was one of the heroes who could not do anything.
Right.
So, but Tide is a big hero, and picking him first, you reveal a lot of what you want to do. And they just realized, okay, Brewmaster and Disruptor, and we're just gonna ignore you. Even with the Stampede, we can get away.
Well, I think it's really easy to talk about like what happened towards the end, but I think the turning point in the game for me was when they smoked. When Panda just got his Blink Dagger and they got, what, 5 kills?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a team wipe.
Yeah, and that's really where I think Sniper picked up a ton of items right after that. That's where Brewmaster completed an immediate Vlats or
Yeah.
something after that. So I think they jumped way too far ahead for VP to make a
But
comeback.
it was also, I mean, sort of, yes, they had the Blink Dagger and they could catch them down, but it was also VP just being sort of chased down to a point. So damage control is very important. If you get caught out, at some stage you have to just, sack someone, like say, okay, Necro, you were out of position, we're leaving you.
Sure.
But yeah, that's the game.
I have a question, because from my point of view, any other hero apart from Sniper would have made a difference in terms of results.
Sniper did okay.
Yeah, but was it like
You mean they would have
because it
won
was a
harder?
Sniper, or maybe like any agility carry would have done the same job, right?
I'm not sure about that, because Sniper plays a very nice function against Tidehunter, where it's really hard to just blink and catch everyone, because Sniper is so far away. So you have a really spread out type of team fight from an MVP, which is, hard for VP's lineup to fight against. I think,
No, I would actually argue the counterpoint. Sniper was the only carry that could have long-range siege a tower. Like, they were just strap only for 4 or 5 waves at a time. And, you know, Ty can't do anything. Ty can't just jump in.
Yeah.
Also, he was up against
even a
what?
shrapnel being
Razor
a nuisance
mid,
throughout
right?
the fight. Yeah, he was against the Razor, and that's a fine lineup for a sniper.
because
to
he
be
just went
honest.
max range and just stood back, couldn't get damage.
But obviously, he was not the one in the spotlight shining because he was just standing far away and kind of dealing minimal damage. But in the end, he was the carry, and he would have become a monster later on in the game if the game continued even longer. So I think he did all right for a carry, and his Blink Dagger worked out really well.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk more about the game when we come back. We're going to go into a short break. We'll be back to talk about this game in a moment.